Hello, everyone, and welcome to a loser's bracket race between WoodenBarrel and Cola. We have today on comms, we have Lee, Harold, and Ponsari going to take it away for us. And our trackers today are McHundy and Waylon. How is everybody today?
Howdy, everyone. How are you all doing?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling a bit unwell, so if there's any unpleasant noises coming from my end, I had to stay up late. I'm about to turn 30. I'm just not capable of staying up late anymore.
All right. So
But
for our matches, Cola's definitely got more races under his belt and a faster average and best time. Though Wooden Barrel is definitely no pushover, as he's actually gotten pretty deep as well. Only
both of
having
these
lost to
runners,
Mr. Mario.
both of these runners are definitely titans in this sphere. I mean, both of them have a long history with us. They've kicked ass every time they've shown up in a tournament. So I expect good things from both of them.
Yep.
And if you take a look at the number of races that they've both participated in, I mean, it can't get any more even. So.
And thank you, ZeldaSpeedRuns, for the rate of 244. They were doing another bracket match, winners brackets between Sponge and Just Sam.
Please, no spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched that match still.
Very spicy race indeed. That's all I can really say about it.
I missed it. I was busy. I couldn't watch. I'll definitely check it out later. But yeah.
Well, we're starting off with a Goron Ruby and Bolero Fire. So we get a free song right off the bat if this is an adult start.
True, but we also know that we're doing at least 6 dungeons, and we don't have any clear progression, particularly if we start as child. So I'm hoping for a nicer seed. I think we're all a bit starved for a bit of more variety. There's so many 80, 50 skull dungeons. Also, if this is my personal wish,
30 skulls too.
That's true. If I can have a wish, all I want to see is a Frogs 2 seed. I don't know if any of the races that I missed today was a Frogs 2. Please don't tell me, chat. I'd like to be surprised when I check them out later, but it seems we're getting started. We're starting inside the stable.
Yep.
Which is fairly convenient for Child Link.
Also, did you catch the names on the main menu?
No.
Errol calling himself Pepsi, because cola.
Yeah.
So we're getting a soft drink battle right here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a deep cut. It's a subtle diss at cola.
Drinking I do prefer cola while eating your salad? That sounds like a good idea, Dine. It looks like Cola's going straight into the market.
And Barrel is already waiting for time of day?
Yeah, it seems like it. Thinking night CAC checks fairly soon. Oh, Cola's rushing towards adult very quickly. Yes. That's an interesting, bold play.
Did he even check the hint zones?
Nope.
I don't think he did. These are two very interesting starts to the race.
Yep.
I mean, if Barrel is trying to wait for just the start of night, he can become adults and go to outside Venom's castle. I don't get what's going on.
He's trying to do both the day checks and night checks in market.
I guess it is faster to wait than to go adult outside Venom's castle and then go back child. We still haven't checked the dungeons? What's happening? Why don't these runners want info?
Yeah.
Come on, give us the hint. I want the info. I don't know what's happening.
That is incredibly bizarre.
And no, Barrel is just doing. Okay. Chat,
Oh, it's a 1 in 32.
Type your bets for the 1 in 32 chess minigame. Come on, you only have a couple of seconds.
Oh,
And
there's the
everyone
first
in
key.
chat is out except for Curium so far. Okay. I think there's something going on behind the screens. I think these runners have reached some kind of agreement to meme it up a little bit. I think Cola is about to do the 1 in 32 before starting the actual race. I think both of them decided behind the screens to try the chess minigame once, no matter what, before actually starting the race. And yeah, waiting for time of day is faster.
Okay, it seems that Cola's just checked it was an accident, but he checked the pedestal.
He checked it as child, so we don't know which medallion is where. But presumably we know the stones. I don't know if you got them. I didn't. That's
I
Son
think
of
one of
Time.
them was Deku.
That's Son of Time in Branch, which it's giving me kind of PTSD over a previous race that I commented on, which had Son of Time in all dungeons. I don't want to spoil the ending, but it was definitely an interesting race. Cola, let's see. He's getting further into the minigame. Okay, we have
Inspire.
the Inspire already. Oh, okay. That's too bad. Cola got two chests into the minigame, but he didn't quite reach the end. So, still, that's a better performance than Barrel. RNG is on Cola's side. I don't know about you, but the moral victory this race is in my heart. It goes to Cola.
What exactly was that song on Saria, anyways?
Saria was Son of Time.
I mean, oh right, Malon.
I'm still waiting for some hints. Are they not using hints? Is this another deal that they have on our backs?
Oh, and Saria's song was on Bolero.
Okay, not the most impactful songs. They're nice to find early on. You don't wanna have to do all dungeons for a single check. But not exactly what you want to see if you're one of these runners. You want something that gives you mobility throughout the map, or you want something that opens up a lot of checks, either CL or storms. And I think we're not getting. Let's see once Cola goes into the.
It looks like we're getting the Valley Loop from Barrel.
Are we checking hints this race? Okay, we are checking hints. Okay.
I believe that was Hyrule Castle.
I think yes. Outside of Ganon, outside Hyrule Castle is it Hyrule Castle or OGC? I'm not sure, but I do like the. I think the stronger play is that's Vanilla Storms. That's a much better song to get, or much worse depending on how good Wall is this seed. But at least there's something we can do with it. Otherwise, the seed so far is pretty bearing. Although our both of our runners are going pretty out of their way to waste some time as well. So maybe it's not so bad. Maybe the runners are partially to blame. Is this Final Fantasy IV music? I think so. From WoodenBarrel's Folly.
I'm just listening from Cola's end, which
Oh, okay.
is mostly just vanilla music.
Well, let's see if there's something behind that waterfall. That's a blue pit. So dry.
20 skulls to choose.
Is I mean, that's worth pursuing, I think. That was a 20 pack, right?
Yes.
Or how many chews was it? Yeah, I think that's worth pursuing. Maybe not immediately, but you should try to collect at least 20 skulls early on. That's outside Hyrule Castle. Okay.
I'm getting the back of lake hints from Barrel. And something you don't see in the main brackets. There's something in that Dampe has. Hover boots.
Okay, that's the best item we've got so far. Okay, 30 is a strength upgrade. I think we're getting some skulls this seat.
Yep. At tiers to everyone. Because you need those hover boots.
It was Child Star in the stables, yes. And if you missed the start, you may wanna check it out because it was something confusing, but also pretty funny. There was some shenanigans going on
Path to
behind the
Bongo
screen.
Bongo.
Kakariko, Path to Bongo, and we've gotten nothing from Kakariko so far.
You got Song of Storms.
We got some storms, yes.
So it's either bow-locked, chickens, or just skulls.
And yeah,
Well,
but 30 skulls had strength and it's already hinted, so that can't be the path.
Well, always hints are always hinted, so they can't be path. But they'll still be important, given that we'll need a strength anyways.
One can always hope that it's chickens, so... Let's see what we get from fishing. Yep. Barrel is a bit too eager to get to the fish. Okay, Lake Hylia is foolish, so I think we're not getting anything. That's another copy of 30 being the strength. That was a bunch of repeat hints.
And there's titties on child fishing.
Which I don't think Cola is going to get since Cola knows that Lake Hylia is foolish. So that's an advantage that Barrel is going to have over Cola probably for the entire race. Although these players don't really need the health. So I think Barrel is heading to Kokiri and checking the southern Hyrule open grotto. On the way.
It's the only one he can
because
do.
here already in Bali, there's nowhere else to go.
We already have like bits and pieces of the Shadow Kit. And Cola gonna go straight to getting the mask just in case. And we'll get a peek here. Frogs 2 have bombs. Oh no! Hopefully
Oh,
they can find
yes!
another one.
Is this going to be the Frogs 2C finally?
There was
doubt
one
it.
on Gauntlets about a week ago. Oh, and a bow on Child Shooting.
Let's hope that Barrel doesn't wait until 2 hours in for his child shooting minigame. Like in recent races, it's something that's been happening. A lot of people are getting the Skulltula outside of Kakariko, and child shooting is being skipped a lot. I don't know when this meta is starting to develop, but it's been a thing for a while. So hopefully,
Well, it wouldn't be a
Barrel
Frog
does get his
2
bomb.
if it's like AD for one of the child songs, because Dodongo's Cavern requires bombs.
True. It's very hard for Frogs 2 bombs being the first logical bomb back. Although we do have 3 out of 6 songs, so I'm still hoping.
And we might get a check for Saria's song fairly soon from WoodenBarrel. I'm just grabbing this one skull.
Even if Frogs 2 is the logical bomb bag, I doubt these players are going to wait for it. They'll probably get 20 skulls and use those choose to essentially have their bomb bag.
Though it is possible for it to be an AD seed for Zelda's Lullaby, given that Deku Tree and Dodongo's Cavern are both stones. Yeah, to open up the path into King Dodongo's lair. So,
Kola is about to get his teens.
yep.
Probably harder. Well,
It'd probably
well,
be
this
faster
isn't-
for him to save and quit as opposed to walking out.
that's true. That's rare, but it's true. And it seems Maido is not looking so good this time around. He just has a bunch of nothing important. That's 10 rupees. That's
Just some chump change.
15 rupees and a quarter of a heart. For Maido. Maido won't Provido. Very true, Tobias, very true.
No provido from Mido. And it looks like Cola's going directly...
Enough Time is Sun's song,
now.
so AD, if Frogs 2 is the first logical bomb back, this is not looking good for my wish to get a Frogs 2 seed. I don't think this is a Frogs 2 seed.
It could
I
still
really
be
want
AD.
it to be.
It'll be a fairly generous AD depending on where the Kokiri sword is.
I guess Javu Forest and Water. Well, no. It's Deku and Dodongo. No way.
Ice Cavern's foolish.
Sadly.
He only has like 2 songs now.
Sadly, this can't be an AD for Frogs 2. So Frogs 2 is not the first logical bomb bag. It might be the one they get if they don't find the first logical bomb bag, but it seems very unlikely. One of these days, there will be a Frogs 2 seed. One of these days.
Gotta at Tiris again.
I'm sad. Chad is sad because Ice is foolish. This is disappointing. Thankfully, we have Ocarina minigame to cheer us all up. Wow, enthralling and fun. Oh, at least it's a symmetrical song. That is actually a kind of a fun song.
So Cola can also check what's up here in the Storm's Grotto. And you could check Skull Kid.
True, none of which Bering had access to, since Cola went adult early. Is this mirror?
Yep.
Is this the Mirror B
Sun
theme
Song.
Yeah, OOT teaches Samsung. This is the Mirror B theme from. It's actually Gale of Darkness, right?
And Sun Song Grave is dead. So it's confirmed not AD. At least not AD for Sun Song. There could still be something on both Queen Nova and King Dodongo.
It's definitely not AD for the song. So we might have to visit all dungeons. It's even possible that all the stone dungeon bosses have items, but we technically don't have to complete all dungeons.
I mean, you could still manipulate the time of day for that. Ooh, and minuets! That gives us... No, not exactly, because...
A fast song as adults. That's all it gets us.
Wait. Oh, DMT Path to Baronade.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm gonna see what's on there. Cola can at least check another check there.
40 bed.
Deku Trio's on the path to Twinrova. Holy crap.
Okay, so at least we're going to deep probably all dungeons.
It's to a stone dungeon at least.
I mean, the other one's Dodongo's Cavern. You deep Dodongo's Cavern. Just do. It's too fast, too dense with checks, too good of a place to look. Unless it seems it's foolish, we're gonna see Dodongo's Cavern. Okay, Barrel is probably getting some... No, he isn't. Well, he already got the skull in the tree, so he's probably getting some more skulls. He wants that 2-pack. I mean, it's a 20-pack. You definitely want to get it as soon as possible.
Very true. If they don't go to Dodongo's Cavern, then this seed will be spared from AD, but they basically, all their medallions are basically much more strenuous, or there's more things in those dungeons than the
They're
stone.
much worse in terms of check density and in terms of availability. You need a lot of requirements to enter Jabu. You can just enter through DC with hammer, with explosives, with strength. It's super easy to enter. So yeah, we're definitely going to see Dodongo's Cavern, and we know that we're going to see Deku because it's path to Twinrova.
Well, with Jabu, all they'd really need is like a scale. A scale, Bruto's letter, and a ring.
And a rank, that's a lot.
But they know their paths.
If you just have bombs, you can do all of DC. It's what I'm saying. And there's I don't know if it's even possible to complete a seed without bombs.
Yeah, you can.
It doesn't sound right to me.
It's called shoe strats.
Well,
they're not in logic under these settings, though. Not
definitely not this seed, obviously, but.
Oh, pot strats are right there from WoodenBarrel's side.
Every Deku stick counts.
Well, a broken stick setup works just fine for like the 4 in here.
True. Barrel missed the broken stick strat, so
I don't think he was going to
spend another one. And without Samsung, he can't just enter a shop and buy some more. We already know we're gonna get that Kokiri sword, probably. Unless the path in Deku is strength 2 and we somehow get strength the other strength out of logic or something. Maybe then we can skip Deku, but we're probably getting to Deku, so we're probably getting Nakokiri Sword at some point. But yeah, it seems that we're kind of high-fiving. Both of our runs are going adult. WoodenBarrel yet again waiting for time of day.
Yep.
With some great music choices, I have to say. We still haven't seen the 50 hint, so I expect that we're going to go very hard for Skulltulas, at least until we get the 2-pack, maybe even until we get the strength. So if we end up having to go for 50, that shouldn't be the biggest of deals, but yeah, this is some info that we want as soon as possible.
Good to see what's on
Cola. Yep. Pretty fast check.
Ooh, high
bonus song.
Bonus song. That's pretty convenient.
It is, but we're starting to really want Nocturne, we really want ZL, we really want Requiem. So it's getting a bit scary.
Well, I mean, we do have a bow, Tobias. It looks like Cola's going to Goron City now. He could also do DMT, which is also Path. He could check that chest, but he can't really get to it quite yet without explosives or a hammer.
True, but he can get Link to Goron, he can check all of DMT. There's a bunch of checks over here. It's a good plan.
Not all of DMT.
That's a
Yep.
Is that possibly Ruto's letter on top of DC?
Most likely.
Let's see if this chest has something. Sora's River is path to Morpha.
There's a big chest right there.
Yep.
We're gonna need some explosives for that.
Or a hammer.
Yep.
Well, I think you can get it with strength as child with using a bomb flower. That's
Lake Hylia's foolish.
Which that's the hint that Cola got early on. That's why I said that Cola is not getting that double defense because it's on child fishing. Okay, let's see if Son of Storm is required for that path.
Nope.
Targeting the woods is a 10-pack of juice. Okay. If you have the slingshot, you may as well get it.
We still haven't found one yet.
Let's see how trolley. Okay, Jabu Jabu's Valley Forest Medallion, which is never good news. Well, that means that Forest Medallion can't lock. Well, it can lock ZL. So there's no good news there.
It depends on where they find the scale, because it can be just about anywhere.
Yeah, this is not good news. This scene is starting out pretty rude. Maybe things will get a bit more tame later on. Maybe it will cooperate a bit more. But right now, the hints aren't helping much. The items that we're getting are kind of mediocre. We want the cook shots, we want explosives. We want at least a rank so we can get more choose. I have no idea if there was a big chest or not.
You forgot to pick up that skull. But he could just do that to gain access to the Lost Woods once again.
He didn't pick the central platform skull. Goron City, that's true.
He's gonna farm some money off of the Skull Kid.
Dean, the DDs are in child fishing, so...
Because Skull Kids drop a gold rupee.
And that's how Majora's Max got cancelled. This is the one of the timelines.
Yep.
We
didn't quite make it.
In the Hyrule Historia books, they said that it was there was a branching path depending on whether or not Link survived. That's because they wanted to survive. They wanted to hide the truth. The truth is, the path branches depending on whether or not Link murders Skull Kid during the events of Ocarina of Time. This is the real divergence.
So in Majora's Mask on the adult timeline, Skull Kid would have easily just destroyed all of Termina.
Probably.
Well, that's pretty Monka-esque to hear.
That is... I mean, Skull Kid is already pretty scary, so...
Yes.
Okay,
Ooh,
okay,
there's a
there we
bomb
have our
bag!
bombs.
Uh-oh.
So that's... We're definitely not seeing Roxu. One of these days. And because of the order in which Barrel did the checks, he lost out on 5 rupees. Instead, he got a bomb refill when he wants to buy that mirror, that Hylian shield. He has to collect a rupee somewhere if he wants to get the shield. Probably from Dampe's race.
Yeah, there's a 20 there's 20 rupees inside one of the pots in Dampe's race.
Yeah. Pretty fast. Okay. Yeah, that bomb bug is probably path.
We'll see about that. Because the last bracket seed was determined on Zelda's Lullaby as well. At least leading to a few certain checks. But I'm not going to spoil much more than that.
Cola seems to be heading to GTG and HBA Fortress, all that area. He has hover, so he can get the chest on top of Fortress.
Yep.
So yeah, he can clear everything outside of GTG and a decent portion of the inside, maybe.
Well, if he knows the hover strats to get to the eye statue room, then he'll be just fine, and I'm pretty sure he does.
I love the melee bow strats.
The only
I've never
rooms
seen that before.
the only rooms he won't be able to do would be toilet and the silver block room.
True.
Yes, he can
So
also
even if
buy
he-
shoes.
And he can buy shoes, true.
It looks like he's setting up for that, maybe.
Definitely. I mean, otherwise he'd be heading to GTG already. Or horseback archery.
Yep.
That makes sense. It's not the easiest or fastest thing to get 20 skulls right now. Without hookshot, without sun song, without many good warp songs. So yeah, if you have the money for it, getting the 20 pack. Getting is it like a 10 pack that you get from? I think it is 10 pack. From the merchant makes sense. You need explosives as soon as possible.
Hovers were on Dampe Race on the chest. So it's basically free. free if you're not Tiris.
Come on, man. Be nice. We have a 20 pack of Choose on 20 skulls. We have a strength upgrade on 30, and we still don't have the hint for 50 skulls, so we're probably going to be collecting as many skulls as we can without Song, without Hookshot, without Boomerang, without convenient warp songs. Like I said, this is a bit of a root seed. That's just a bunch of arrows and the lower river freestanding harpies.
Cola's just grabbing some more rupees so we can do both HBA and GTG. Plus, he won't have to worry about dying in GTG if he does this hookless. Ooh, big chest right there. Bottom of the well, path to Volvagia. There's the scale.
Path to Morpha. That Morpha might be the path to... That scale might be the path to Morpha. And that means we definitely don't need ZL to complete Jabu. Let's see how well Cola does in horseback archery. That's very good shot. Okay, he's definitely making it. Okay, good. That was a pretty fast horseback archery. I missed the hint on top of river. What was it?
Yep, Skull Mask
Okay.
leaving the Zord Tunic, so they're not gonna get that for a while. Actually,
That's,
they're never gonna get it. No point.
Yeah, there's no way. That horseback archery was a slingshot, which we know leads to 10 pack of Choose in targeting the
There's still Child
woods.
Spirit, though.
That's also true. So it's not the worst thing to get. It's also possible that the game thinks it's path for Deku Tree, but yeah, we can make use of the slingshots. This is it.
And also, you don't really need the bomb bag to get the open grotto in Zora's River if you're an adult. You just basically walk in and it's free. So it doesn't really resolve that path. But it could very well just be bottom of the well as well.
It seems that Beryl decided not to buy the shield in order to be able to afford the merchant scrubs in Forest.
We got like a 10 rupee return, so that's something.
Yeah, that's profit, what it is. And yeah, I think Barrel would prefer to get that Hylian shield instead of that 50 rupee.
And that's a really good setup from Cola. It's what I normally use.
I tend to eyeball it. I usually have success. I probably should use some kind of setup. And that one looks pretty fast and pretty easy, so I'm definitely copying it from now on.
Oh.
Okay, that's something that chat might like that we find. That's a blue fire already, so
For
perhaps
song.
we're going to see Kim Whip. No ice, chat. I'm sorry. Unless no, there's nothing on ice. It's foolish. So
There's at
Give
least
up.
Serenade or Prelude.
Which is not worth doing the entire dungeon. Maybe if we're going for 50 skulls, we need those 3 skulls.
They're still missing a hook shot.
Once we have hook shot, once it's a fast dungeon, maybe, but don't expect ice this time around, chat. Oh, that's the Saturo's battle theme. Really, really great choice. I'm really loving the music selection from Barrel.
Ooh, he's trying to get the hover set up there. Not quite getting it, sadly.
This one is very, very hard.
Yep. Ooh, not quite. Indeed, he does need that extra momentum from the backlock. It's gonna bleed a bit of time.
A repeat of Zora's River Path to Morpha.
Alright.
But yeah, it's mostly about prioritizing skulls for Barrel right now. Okay,
Yeah.
finally. There we go. Once again, chat, that setup is not easy. It's not one of those consistent, just roll sideways twice and you get it type of setups that we get sometimes in the game. And we're going to see the big chest in the juke spot. I don't know what.
And it's
It's
Neighbor's
just
Love,
a
so it's
gun.
kind of pointless.
Yep. Is that a key? Oh, it's really low resolution on Cola's stream. I think it's a key on top of the maze in the secret room. Target in the woods. The 10 pack of juice.
But scale's probably just for access to Jabu, so you could get Zelda's Lullaby on the Prelude check.
I'm loving all of this Golden Sun music. Okay, that's another spell. We have all 3 spells already.
Yep.
But no magic to use them with. That's how it goes sometimes. This is from... I don't know. Lost Stage, I think? This is a Golden Sun music. That's 3 keys. I don't think I've seen any of the other chests in the maze. Yeah, Cole is probably going to save Scum.2 if it doesn't lead to anything in GTG.
Probably.
He literally paid every rupee he had to get those juice. Just a key, which might be useful. We need 4 to get all the items outside of the central chest, so... But there is already a key on top of the central maze, and the central item is nothing, so... You don't need that key.
It looks like WoodenBarrel is going to DC already.
You have bomb bug, that's all you need. It's dense, it's fast, it's convenient, there's more than a couple of skulls, although you probably want the long shot.
There we go, 50 is dead.
Good to know, good to know. That's 6, 7... I think that was 7 keys, so between the strength room and the toilet there's 3 items.
Yep.
Okay, so Cola did scum the chew away.
I don't think they'll take 8 hours to finish the scene, even if it were 50 skulls. 3 hours would probably be their max. Since both runners are actually very good with their execution and their routing.
I'm not even sure what kind of settings you need to give these runners for them to take 8 hours to finish a seed.
That'd be on the lines of random settings, with either all sanities or close to all sanities.
That'd be like 100 skull for Ganon Castle Bridge or something.
Well, it took 6 hours for one of the finals matches for Random Settings League. Now it's between Rob Dog and Hamsta.
Those huge names. So yeah, that's probably true. I'm not too familiar with random settings in general.
I thought it was a 98 skull bridge, though. Oh, there's light arrows and din, so you'd have to go in there anyways.
Okay, so we're definitely... Well,
But with that Furor's Wind, that does mean that it's very easy to get to.
So this is a logical depot dungeons at the very least. We still don't know what we need from Deku Tree, but presumably something there leads to Spirit, to Twinrova. Spath to Twinrova. So we're probably deep in all dungeons. And logically we're definitely entering every single dungeon.
Except Ice Cavern, it seems. And we'll be seeing what's on Desert Crossing for, like, the Requiem song.
We don't have that many choices. We know where Sun's song is, and we know one of the 2 warps is in Ice Cavern, so we have a 3 in 4 chance to get a very good song, and a 1 in 4 chance of getting a somewhat convenient song, but I don't think that's the one they'd like to get. Whether it's Zelda's Lullaby, whether it's Requiem, whether it's Nocturne, I think Cola will be happy.
It's vanilla!
That's
so they'd have to do crossing anyways.
You definitely take it.
So they would definitely need Magic Lens. Well, Magic Lens just to do crossing in the first place, and we still have neither of them in sight.
We have a bonus song, we have hovers, so yeah, we only need Magic and Lens to finish the crossing, I think.
Yep. Logically. Though our runners could do it just fine without them. And Cole is probably going to be picking up his bomb bag pretty soon. Whereas Barrel is just going through the rest of Din's, grabbing some skulls along the way.
Makes sense.
It's at 14.
Oh, it was Cola that got the 50 skull hints, right?
No, that was Barrel, because it was in DC.
Oh, of course, it's in DC. Well, then I'm kind of surprised he's going so heavily for skulls. This skull is not exactly along the path. It's a bit out of the way.
That's because Spirit Temple requires 2 strength, so finding one would help with progression anyways.
True. I mean, it's probably a good choice. I'm just curious about it.
So far, the only thing that's been valuable within DC were those light arrows. Nothing else so far has turned up.
I mean,
But we'll just see what's on King D in a bit.
we definitely need those, so...
That's very possible. Though bombs do satisfy the Bongo Bongo path as well. It still could be more, given that we had a Song of Storms vanilla. And Bottom of the Well is also path to Volvagia.
I think we've checked everything Song of Storms lock except for the well itself.
And Frogs.
Well, we know what Frogs is. Oh, Frogs 1. Right, we haven't checked Frogs 1.
Yep, and they can do it.
Okay, so there is something else.
Oh, Iron Boots!
So this is essentially a defeat
It's
every
AD.
dungeon except for the tree. We don't know how far into the tree we have to go. We don't know if we have to go into the tree at all. We have to go in logically, but still.
I'm sure they'll just do it anyways.
If they find that Kokiri sword soon enough. What are those called counts? Are they're both? Well, I don't. I think
Barrel's at a
Barrel
higher
has been
count.
prioritizing. Yeah, he's been prioritizing skulls much more heavily.
Mm-hmm. We'll get a look in a minute. After killing this Beamos.
I like that. Could have waited to see if the Armos dropped some bombs. Sadly, he didn't. But
No need. He could just throw a single bomb right here, or just do that. Oh, was that 3 tokens? Or is 8?
3 tokens. Ugh. I think Barrel is going for it a bit too heavily. I think Colest is a bit too leisurely when getting his skulls. I think he should put some more effort into collecting skulls. But he has been doing GTG, which has no skulls in it. Time of Day was... he had to go into the Gerudo Fortress area during the day because he wanted to do horseback archery. So it's fine that he didn't get so many skulls so far. He didn't really have a chance to.
Ooh, he got that
Hopefully
skull. And that's 16 for Barrel.
Getting the skull without hookshot, collecting the token without hookshot is surprisingly, is deceptively difficult. Nothing here. Is Barrel checking a lot of small chests to get his shield? Has he collected all the small chests in Todongo's cavern? I haven't been paying attention to that. I guess...
No. Cola's not going for this one back here. I think he's deciding where exactly to go.
Barrel is not waiting on Time of Day right now. He's stopped and set the Temple of Time for some reason.
I think he's parsing where exactly to go. Or he's taking a break. Like a small bathroom one.
Maybe?
Sorts of things do happen.
Okay. It seems that Barrel is kind of playing. I think he was in the process of grabbing the controller because he didn't quite backward correctly. So yeah, he probably went to grab some water or a snack or something.
His controller's been a bit wonky recently. That's
That makes sense.
pretty bad news. And down goes King D.
All about to get some iron boots.
Yep. And Barrel is just blowing up a dog. And there's the mirror shield!
So definitely Dego Tree leads to strength. Or hookshot, maybe?
Or magic.
Or magic.
Ouch. That dog's way too close.
And not scaring enough. That dog should be running away from Link right now.
With all these explosives. The dog is too powerful. That's a really nice frame color for WoodenBarrel's shield.
Yeah, I really like it. But yeah, of course, and Barrel still hasn't bought a shield, so in the end, Team Nervia shield wins again. He got his mirror shield.
Well, he did technically buy one. He just had to play a game to get one.
With that.
He technically gambled. He technically gambled for a shield.
Right, that's different than buying one.
No, that sounds even worse.
Barrel didn't have enough with one in 32 attempt. He thinks he can do better than a single chest. Let's see if he can. He's already matched his best attempt so far. Let's see if he can do better than last time around.
Oh, 1 in 32 is only banned in like multi-world, just because you can brute force it by having your teammates grab rupees for you. It's fine in standard though, since you'd basically have to scum every single time you ran out of rupees.
That wasn't Minuet of the Forest. That was something else. That was Majora's Mask song. What was it?
He's heading to Domain. It looks like he's gonna go grab his chicken. And probably what's on the Frogs 1 check. What do they have for us today?
Collect some money. Has Barrel not done this? He has done this one, so what does he need the money for right now? Maybe he's planning on buying some beans in the river?
That's a possibility. Because Barrel doesn't know what's on the arch yet. He hasn't done Desert Crossing. It's also for one of the scrubs.
Let's see. Oh,
no, he already checked the one in there.
Oh, he already did the
one closer to SFM. So it's gonna be for beans.
Yeah, probably. If he's going down the river, then he has plenty of rupees to get beans anyway. It's probably just for minigames later on. It makes sense to collect some money. Let's see. $17 tokens. Barrel is way past. It's well past half the required total amount. That looks like a vanilla mirror shield. Or maybe I'm so used to the different colors that it looks vanilla to me. compared to what most shields look like. That was a very nice shot. People struggle, even at this level, people struggle with the middle target. That was really, really, really clean from Cola.
Yep.
18. Barrel is nearly done with cost.
Though he is nearly drained of his resources, like he only has 1 bomb and 1 stick. You can see what's
So
exactly
2 beams?
Jabu.
2 beams plus diving minigame, yeah? Okay, Cola seems to be prioritizing his coal collection a bit more, which is probably good. The seed seems to be a bit dry. We're still looking for that hook shot. That hook shot is the main thing that will open up most of what.
Nope.
No.
Just for that scale, then. So I'm guessing that ZL's probably on Prelude then. Just because we found that scale in Zora's River, which is Path to Morpha.
That scale may lead to maybe the second scale is behind ZL, and you need the scale to be able to enter Jabu Jabu, and Jabu Jabu locks CL. So either the Forest Medallion, either the Vanilla Prelude or the Burning Cack song could be ZL.
No. Because there's a potential that water could be key locked without ZL.
Oh, right. Right, so probably the Prelude song could be CL, and that scale locks Jabu completion.
Yep.
Which locks Water Temple. Right.
Depending on where the boss key is, and just general Water Temple key logic. Yeah, this is definitely good Sour Please music. I know that Alex plays this for Goron City.
I don't recognize this song at all. I like it.
Pretty sure this is a Sonic song.
Oh, that makes sense. I've never actually played a Sonic game.
Yep. Inko got it right. Oh,
okay,
and there's strength
so
on Downpay.
And there's something else on diving minigame. No, the big chest in domain. So that means that strength 2 is already wait a second. I mean,
it's most likely for Din's
for
magic or lens.
That means that Deku Tree, is path for magic or lens. So we're probably not getting Deku Tree.
And speaking of scale, the hook is also in domain.
Nice. That's huge.
That's also in logic because logically they could just dive from Lake Hylia.
And it seems like we get to see well from Color's side. If you're coming to well, you want to enter with CL, even if you don't have explosives, instead of with explosives, even if you don't have CL, since you can pick every check that is behind an explosive. But still, this is a strong play, lots of picking, really fast. You might be able to collect well, not without boomerang you can't collect
Ooh,
skulls.
there's a big chest right
you can
there.
See the chest. That's a bow. That's fine and all, but not what we're looking for.
Well, I'm pretty sure neither of them lock each other. Yeah, none of the two bows that we've gotten lock each other. So it's definitely not for that bow. The hammer still has the potential of being ZL locked.
Yep. Well, it's path to Wolbach, yeah. It can't be hovers, it can't be bow or strength. Yeah, it has to be hammer. Or whatever leads to hammer.
Yep. I'm getting a chickens check from WoodenBarrel. Get your roster ready in chat. There. I got the roll call going. Can we get 7 chickens in chat? Y'all got the right idea. We're gambling with birds today.
Another big chest in the wall.
Yep.
In the front bumble chest. That's a
There's
Kokiri,
a Kokiri
so
sword.
That's probably path. Probably, maybe, hopefully. I think that's
Last
all.
thing would would be on dead
We've
hand.
seen all keys. We've seen all keys. So both Steve and the vanilla lens chest are items.
Dead hand and the invisible chest are the only things we can't check. Though it's very likely that they could lock the hammer.
I think it's pretty likely that it's the Kokiri sword that leads to hammer. I mean, there's 2 checks.
And Cola's not
and
even
so
peeking, he's just gonna rush it.
There's only 2 checks left in well, and that's a whole lot of checks in Degutri. So yeah, you definitely... My money is on Degutri having the hammer.
Will it also have, maybe like magic or lens?
Well, Degutri leading to hammer, anyway.
And if Cola decides to head to River afterwards, now this will be quite an interesting race. Aw, nothing on chickens.
Nothing but a good time.
Nothing but 2 or 3 minutes down the toilet. Ooh, and WoodenBarrel's gonna be getting that Kokiri sword as well.
It's still better than the 2 and 3 minutes down the literal toilet in GTG.
This is a really good play from Barrel.
Yeah, it seems that he's going to be tracing Cola's steps right now for a while.
He's gonna check in 10 skulls.
Oh,
No,
he's
never
getting
mind.
some bugs. He really is rushing the skull rewards if he's getting bugs
Yep.
right now.
It's just that the spirit path could be just about anything.
Nice. We have
And
some
before people
ice
say
arrows.
Bongo and Logic now. Oh, I like the way you think, Matter. Longo and Bogic. Okay, now those are better responses. Bongo and Longo. Oh, right, and Wooden Barrel's, like, running out of bombs.
Well, I think he only needs to one. No, are both key chests? We saw all 3 key chests. I think at least one of them is behind is bombable, and the back bombable. Maybe the other one is underwater. Oh no, the other one was in the sarcophagi area. The Read the
That's
mummy
10
area.
for Cola.
Oh, finally, he can get his ice arrows. Yep, that's one of the keys, and I think this is the only key that Barrel can get without explosives. So he's probably going to get it. Yep. Cola seems to have decided to finally really push for those 30 skulls.
Yep. He could get 3 of them in the tree.
Both of our runners are very, very low on explosives.
Barrel has none.
Barrel has none, yes. And I don't think there's anywhere near here where he can refill. So he's going to have none for a little bit.
This is capitalism mode now, where if you have more resources, you could get more things. But that Kokiri sword is going to save on bombs at least. Well, on sticks at least. He's just hoping for bombs?
Maybe? Wrong kind of ammo.
I think those are a little too thin and long and pointed to be bombs.
And not explosive enough.
Yep.
That's the repeat of...
hint.
Yep. Of the song, which leads to literally nothing. I mean, it leads to a bomb bag, which would be very convenient to get right now. But I doubt anyone's going out of their way to check frogs to get a bomb bag. And well, it's path to Volvaci. So we learn nothing new.
Indeed. There's still a chance Wooden Barrel's gonna check back here. Unless he's gotten all of his hints.
Yeah, Cole is probably going to be opening some chests until he gets some bombs, some bomb chew, or at least a health refill. He's at 1 heart. That's not necessarily scary, but you want to be able to take fall damage and things like that, just for faster routing. Yeah, he's picking up the heart.
Also, Coconut Mall is very suiting for actually fighting these enemies. Ooh,
Coconut
big chest
Mall,
right there on Slingshot chest.
Double big chest.
Both of them. Another Slingshot.
Okay. French vanilla slingshot.
And magic.
And that's magic.
That makes sense. We're just missing
does.
Nocturne.
In a kind of rude way, but it does.
And once Cola gets his hook shot from Zora's Domain, he can do Shadow Temple.
He needs Nocturne.
Yeah, of course. It's technically not AD for the song, but it is technically AD to get Iron Boots off of King Dodongo.
And magic from Deku Tree. Potentially something else.
Yep. Which means both Hammer and, yeah, the Hammer is definitely magic locked. We're sailing through the forest.
And into the mall.
Yes. Coconut Mall, more like Oak Mall. It's very likely, very, very likely. Though Cola doesn't have to worry about Desert Crossing as much since he already picked up his song. Whereas WoodenBarrel is gonna have to do it. So far it's just been the magic, but there could still be something on Goma herself.
Yeah, it seems that both of our runners are going to do the classic B1 skip. None of them are going to ground jump because they have either very few or no bombs left.
Yep.
And they want to conserve them.
But they're fairly smooth and consistent with it.
Yeah, of course. This is such a fun "You're in danger" song.
Fighting enemies in the Coconut Mall. Cola got his strength from Dampe digging. It might be a while before WoodenBarrel gets his. Though with completing the Deku Tree, they'll both get it anyways.
Nice, very clean Goma fight. Not as easy as it looks.
It's harder when you do it with one nut instead of two. Because you gotta be really fast with that timing.
Even with two nuts, it's not... You need to angle it right. Yeah, there's
It was just for the magic.
literally just magic. I mean, we definitely need magic, so... No one's complaining, but yeah. It could have been nicer if it just had the hammer.
This is a child spirit play. And there are two magic locked checks in there. So Hammer could very well be in there. It's gonna be fun.
We have in logic, we have strength, we have bow, we have bombs, we have 200 a big wallet. So the only thing that can be locking Volvagia so far is the hammer. And the only thing we got from the good tree, which is path to Volvagia, is magic. So magic has to lock hammer somehow. So coming to Spirit Temple and checking the checks that logically require magic is definitely the right play, in my opinion. He's probably going to leave this temple with the hammer in his pocket. Otherwise, he just goes to Kakariko and does the composer. Well, he can't do Composer Grave so far, so never mind. It has to be here. Probably. Hopefully.
You could say that, because, though, you could also say the same thing for Bongo Bongo as well. because both bomb bag and the bomb bag was definitely path for Bongo Bongo, but Kokiri's sword was bomb locked in bottom of the well, and the only thing we did find so far was that led to progression was that sword. And there's a big key anyway, so you'd have to go Child's side anyways. It's definitely a big key locked.
Do you think Kola is going to do? Is going to climb as Child? He knows where his second strength is.
There's a possibility, because we have 2 magic lock checks that he can get to. And he doesn't even need to use magic. He can always just scum it when he needs to.
True, and he already has Mirror Shield, so once he gets his second strength, he can full clear. Well, except for the CL checks. So maybe it's worth saving that key and going adult, and I guess Kola decides that he wants to climb.
Again, he could just scum it.
Play? That is also true.
Whether he is going to or not remains to be seen.
My guess is probably. So we are 1 hour, 18 minutes and some change into the race, and we've beaten 1 dungeon, which is a stone dungeon.
No, we've beaten 2 stone.
Trapping everyone. We're gonna be here for a while.
Ooh, there's a big chest and it's a big pose.
It's a big pose. That's not path to anything. We already have everything we need to finish the big pose check.
But it's a free bottle anyways.
And an easier check. So yeah, we take it. Kola, he missed lighting the stick twice. Just these things, man. Just let it go.
I'm just gonna blame the camera for this.
It's pretty weird how Link's momentum works sometimes. He just wants to jump. If you're heading towards a ledge, he just wants to jump. So there's nothing on this magic lock check?
Nope.
We still have another room left?
Yep. It could still say something about the key logic of this dungeon. Or if the magic was only for Spirit Crossing. Because it would still satisfy that path to Twinrova.
Yeah, but yeah, but bottom of the wall is path to Volvagia. Is that magic as well?
Well, it's not magic locked for keys, but was magic locked for access logically.
Unless I'm reading the logic wrong, bottom of the well has to eventually lead us to Hammer somehow. So we're still missing a piece of the puzzle somewhere.
Ooh, that's a big chest in forest. Ooh!
That's
Classic
something we definitely need.
Hook shot. That means Barrel can do Water Temple. Well, Sort of. He could do the first 2 checks. The map and compass. You could also do, depending on what keys he gets. First one was on, the torch run in Zora's Domain.
Just
Don't know if Cole is going there.
Barrel's about to get his first strength because he hasn't done Dampe. But he's at 27 skulls already. Oh, he's in Forest Temple without the strength, so he can get 1, 2, 3.
There's 2,
3 skulls.
4.
There's the one.
He could get the 4th one with a long shot.
Yeah, I think he can get 2 more on top of the 2 he's already collected, right?
Yep. As Inko said, he's 1 short.
He's 1 short. Yep.
So it's basically a forced double dip.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Whereas
I mean, he doesn't have strength. He has
Yeah.
to collect that strength anyway, so he has to double dip no matter what.
Cola found his strength on Dampe digging. It might be a while before Barrel gets his, though he does have some. He should be able to get Sun Song. He didn't go get it though, because he knows he got the hints for Sun Song being dead.
I mean, at this point, Sun Sun is pretty useless.
No, not for Labroof, because he knows Lake Hylia is foolish. Both of our runners know it's foolish.
Key in the well, that's so common. This is one of those checks that maybe it's like my own bias, but I always see a key here.
That's because it's usually early on. And Cola's going to be picking up his scale. Both sets of boots are pretty early.
Yeah, we got all the magic, we got all the shoes, and we got some hints about shoes and explosives.
Force is pretty free. I'm still looking for a boomerang for Jabu, but it can't be ZL locked since it's behind Prelude or Burning Cack, but most likely Prelude.
Okay, that's 30 for Barrel, so he's done with Skulltulus for this seed.
Yep. Definitely.
Sadly, he didn't collect. He didn't participate in Dampe's. What's it called? Heart-throbbing digging minigame.
Digging tour.
Digging tour. So Dampe digging has the other strength, so he's not gonna have strength 2. Although he hasn't crossed yet, so maybe he'll get his strength 2 before doing even GTG. Who knows? It depends on the routing. And Cole is about to get his hookshot, so that's pretty big for him. He has
Doki Doki grave digging tour.
Doki Doki.
Except that you won't have this deranged the student trying to hit on you.
More than hit on you.
Of course.
Just Ruto. Just Ruto.
I think Cola should be able to make the time, whereas Barrel's just going to be chilling through Forest Temple. And that's the only meta in logic right now.
With this hook shot, Cola can finish Forest. He can probably finish Spirit Temple, and
depends on the key logic because there's still 4 checks that are locked behind it.
True, but I mean he can complete most of it at the very least.
Yep.
And
there's a potential for water. Depends on the key logic as well. Like
what's really holding both of our runners back is the boomerang, because that's locking at least one song, which I'm guessing is Zelda's Lullaby. Kind of has to be at this point, because the other 2 songs are, one is the lock, so it can't be Zelda's Lullaby, and the other is Burning Cag, which requires that you beat Water Temple, which usually means you have to get Zelda's Lullaby. So that boomerang is essentially a Zelda's Lullaby, an indirect Zelda's Lullaby. So that's the song that's the item that we're really looking for. Maybe Cola's thinking that it might be in its vanilla location.
Very likely. It could also be in Fountain as adult. And they could both do it without KZ skip, because they've already turned into letter.
And they have blue fire.
Ice is hinted foolish, so the only thing they're gonna get out of that is either Serenade or Prelude. And yes, locations with songs in them can be hinted foolish under these settings. But only for Serenade or Prelude, since they don't really lock much of anything.
A location is only ever hinted foolish if you can replace every single chest or reward or whatever with a blue rupee, and you still can collect every single item in the game, every single check. So Saria's song can't be foolish because there are 2 checks that you can't collect if Saria's song is no longer in the game.
Was that the only 2 or 30?
Probably. For Cola was very close as well. I'm not sure. I think it's 20.
Yeah, I think it's 20.
I think he was pretty far behind. He started collecting Skulltulas more seriously, but he's still behind Barrel. But still, he has Hookshot now. He can do all of Forest. And it's not gonna be long before he gets his Silver Gauntlets. Apparently, Barrel he got the strength, but he didn't collect the 20 pack of shoes. Just to have some shoes for convenience. For Volvagia maybe, or something.
Still be faster with just regular bombs, because you need 7 for... Oh, that's a big chest on Boomerang chest. Could this be vanilla?
That's interesting. No way!
Yes!
No way! Cola with the humongous Galaxy Brain play, getting the boomerang.
That is quite a gamble.
That is huge. That is just... Barrel needs to go there as soon as possible to even have a chance. Boomerang just essentially locks the rest of the seed. We've been an hour and a half, and we haven't finished a single, not one, medallion dungeon. I expect throughout the next half an hour that Cole is going to finish 3, maybe even 4. That boomerang it makes all the difference. All the difference. So many checks that are now available, so many things that he can just achieve that he no longer have to skip as he's walking past it. It really is a huge brain play.
This is almost like the seed I commentated yesterday, where the same thing happened. It's like sometimes you gotta stay in your dungeons a bit.
I was getting nervous about something else being on show. Just a wallet.
Still, King Zora could still have something. And there's also Adult Fountain.
Hasn't either of them... No, I don't think either of them has melted King Zora. We still have Blue Fire from that grotto. From that... I think it was in the Storm's Grotto in Kokiri Forest. And we got a bottle full of Blue Fire. Is Barrel doing the swag strats? Nah, he's collecting the chest.
We don't exactly know where it is, but we have a good guess that it's either Burning Cack or Sun Song. But it's definitely behind Jabu at this rate.
An hour and almost 34 minutes in, WoodenBarrel is the first runner to reach 5 hearts. I mean, he's had double defense for a while, but for Fire Temple timers, I guess they do have tons and tons of rupees, so maybe they're going to purchase the fashion, but that's a scary seed otherwise in terms of health. Yeah, you can just not get hit. That is a valid strat.
But this is definitely an interesting play. I'm not sure when WoodenBarrel's going to be back into Jabu.
Health is nice to have, mostly for the timers, but yeah.
Yeah, mostly for if you don't have any tunics.
Even if you don't, even in chest size matches contents, usually you have more than 4 health at this point in the race.
Well, it's because they normally check for like chews, so they could do a lot of bomb lock checks.
Bombs it took a while for bombs to show up. These runners have checked quite a few chests. I think it's just that we haven't found a single heart container. We've only found heart pieces. That's the big difference. So that's 8 heart pieces that could have been a container. That's an extra heart, right?
Well, 4 makes the heart container. Farore's Wind was in GTG, and Rang was in the vanilla location on the boomerang chest. We all know that Cola's, once he goes back adult, he'll probably pick up that long shot in Forest Temple.
Cola didn't even go for the swag strats of hitting both of the things, the red electrified appendixes. I don't know what those are.
Yeah, it's the worst room in the game.
Is it? Is it though?
Yes, it is. You're getting trolled by an Octorok shooting at you while you have to stun that. Yeah, we're basically missing a hammer.
I still think that the dragon room in Water Temple is the worst room in the game.
Dragon chest? Not
Yes.
even close. I actually like that room. You could even do it without the iron boots.
I'm thinking of that room without the iron boot when I say it's the worst room in the game. With iron boots, it's not so bad.
Well, you'd either need to use shoes, which
Or coming from
requires
River.
Yep.
That shoe strat, I spent like an entire day trying to learn it, and I got it a couple of times, but did I learn it? No way, not even close. I hate that room.
It's all about the setup. Oh yes, map chest is also one of the worst rooms in the games. I don't think it's the worst room, Cubs. I actually like that room, especially when you get that hook shot.
There's
No,
also
bottom of the
the
well
fan
had
room in Shadow Temple. There's the fan room in Shadow Temple. There's
fan room's easy.
I'm not saying it's hard, but it's annoying. There's toilet. There's the central pillar in Water Temple.
Oh, another slingshot on Phantom Ganon. Brilliant.
If you want bad rooms, just play Master Quest. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I fully agree with that, but I kind of do.
Once you add in Pot Sandy and Crate Sandy, then it starts to get really messy.
I'm just saying Master Quest would be twice as good if they just shorten the time that it takes to play Son of Time.
Goron City is foolish.
Okay. I mean, at this point, that's kind of pointless.
Grabbing that 20 pack.
Good. Okay.
Oh yes, the Me channel.
Did you see the new Miis for the Switch Sports game during the presentation? They're all tall and lanky and very, very...
The faces
less
are very
cartoony.
generic. I like
Yeah.
the Miis.
I think so too.
But again, I think the highlight, mostly down to Splatoon 3 and Mario Kart 8 with its Booster Course pack.
Well, I have to say that the highlight for me was Xenoblade 3.
That's
I'm
also a
play
pretty
the
good
hell out of
highlight.
that game. But yeah, those aren't bad choices.
And Kirby, because plenty of memes came out of that one, including the VLC player
And
one.
Kirby. I've never actually played a Kirby game, and that trailer almost got me excited to play it, so I don't know what that says about the game. I want to try it. It looks fun.
It does.
Anyway, we're heading to South Hyrule. We didn't check these bomb-locked checks.
Wait, does Barrel have every sound effect set to, the, stingers? Cactus
Every
Still
sound
Path?
effect? No,
I
don't
feel like it is. The Epona
Really?
is set to that. Navi is set to that. I'm not... Well, I don't know, actually.
Epona was something else.
Oh, right, yeah. It's the skull token sound. Just a bomb. Oh, Nocturne. That means Water Temple key logic would be much simpler. That's actually a good gamble from WoodenBarrel then. Probably gonna get an early boss key then. Map or Compass Chest. It really is. However, he's still not going to be able to get the song off of Burning Cack until he goes back to Jabu. Alright, so... that just means... Shadow Temple might be loaded this seed.
Kola has everything he needs to finish Forest Temple, and there's 5 skulls here, so he has strength to live in Forest Temple, so he's probably going to finish Spirit right afterward. Unless he can't, but we already got the boss key, so it's pretty unlikely that we can't finish Spirit Temple.
Like, Barrel can still decide to go to GTG and cross the Spirits.
Is this file select from Mario 64? Okie dokie.
Okay, so there's a small key on Compass chest. Hammer is most likely in both of those places now. Yep, map chest is most likely big now. Has to be. We're still missing ZL, which has to be on Burning Cack.
Hammer is very likely in Shadow to satisfy the path hint.
Yeah, probably Shadow. Honestly. Though also likely in Spirit because we actually needed the magic for Desert Crossing, given that Requiem was vanilla.
True, fair enough. Or lax. I don't like these ideas coming from chat.
Well, I mean, yesterday's NA Weekly had the Mirror Shield on Lax. Definitely interesting.
Definitely. Lax is so commonly useless. It's nice for Lax to play a role every once in a while. But that was the boss temple from the boss key from Water Temple in the map.
Yep, that's the only place it could be.
Yep, that's Burning Cack once Barrel finishes Jabu, which he needs to start without the boomerang in order to finish it. So it might take like 2 minutes, or it might take the next hour. We really don't know.
Nice job.
Very clean fights.
Getting the quick grab.
And setting up Morpha against the corner very fast. A good angle so that she can't escape. Oh no, wait, she in my brain.
Relaxing. I like that pun.
Okay, so we can do the entire Dark Link loop and check the boss key if we want to. With we have the 2 keys, the 2 small keys that we need for Water Temple. So maybe Baron is going to dip right back in.
Are we gonna get the flying horse on WoodenBarrel side? That's gonna be interesting. Because he actually has a clip of that on his channel. Probably not during the race, but it was funny just seeing the opponent just flying up from the sky right down onto the ground. And see where she is.
Where we dropping?
Oh.
Puna?
Well, she's gone.
She's gone.
Maybe it's something we ask him in the interview. Maybe she became a Kelpie.
If someone in chat has the link to the clip, please post it for those who haven't watched it. It's gold.
I believe I have that clip somewhere.
There you go. That's the one. So we're going to see the strength room, the Silvest Gauntlet, Silvest block room in GTG.
No, we won't.
That means we know if
WoodenBarrel still doesn't have a second strength.
Oh, true. Fair enough.
Might see it on Cola's side after Water Temple. Or he'll just go straight to Spirit.
As soon as possible to continue progression. He needs to do Dumpy Dig in game. And he needs to do Jabu.
Yep.
Those are the two big checks that he's missing.
He's peeking the hammer chest.
It's very likely that the rest of progression is in the dungeons that we're missing, so those really are the two checks that he wants to get as soon as possible. Okay, he's getting caught. In order to check the top of Fortress chest.
But we're basically just a hammer from no mode. Which is pretty good news for Cola, as his Water Temple will be relatively short. Getting ZL late is actually a blessing in disguise, given how much ZL actually locks, including Shadow Temple.
I don't know what that was, but that probably was some banjo.
Yes, it was. It makes me think of Banjo-Kazooie.
Let's see how well Barrow does with his horseback archery.
Oh, he'll get 1500 easy.
Sure, but how fast?
He's going safe.
Safe and slow. Bot strats. Well,
there we go.
Unless he dumps the entire... Never mind.
Ooh,
never mind.
He was one arrow away from 1920, which is basically just almost all perfects except for 2 shots.
Yeah, he missed 3. I mean, that was pretty spectacular.
Just casually getting almost perfect.
Nothing casual about those strats. That was sick. That was some great aim on the final target.
So Cola's Barrel's advantage here is that he can check what's on.
Barrel doesn't have enough rupees to play to enter GTG.
Yep. Barrel's advantage here is that he doesn't have to backtrack in order to get to Haunted Wasteland to check what's on the chest. That's really about all I can think of right now.
Yeah, and that's a possible location for our hammer.
Yes.
And that would be a big advantage for Barrow. He still needs to get the boomerang, which is not in a...
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's just that that barrel doesn't have to take a second trip back.
Definitely. If I remember correctly, we were missing 2 keys between the Silver's block room and the toilet.
That was very quick from Cola. Yeah, Coconut Mall. I'm glad that they brought it back. They're bringing it back in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe through the booster course pack. 6 waves of tracks equaling 48 tracks in total between this year and the next. Sure, it's worth. That's where part of my money's going to be going to. To be fair, the baby park from Mario Kart 8 is much better than the one in Double Dash and DS. Oh, and Zelda Speedruns with a rate of 16. Well, Zelda Speedruns 3. Now, if you really think about it, every single track in existence is actually Baby Park. Yep, we're just a hammer from no mode. And what we magic locked, so it's either behind Shadow, Spirit, Lax, or even in Haunted Wasteland. We haven't received a hint for Haunted Wasteland.
Welcome, Raiders, by the way, and for those of you who just joined, the boomerang is in the vanilla location, and that's a big advantage that Cola has over Barrel, who needs to go child. Barrel is also both Cola and Barrel have different strengths. Cola is missing the strength from 30 Skulltras, which was hinted, and he knows about the hint. He's collected already the 30 skulls. Barrel is missing the dump digging strength. So if you're rooting for Barrel, you want him to go child as soon as possible to get those 2 checks. If you're rooting for Cola, you want him to continue doing dungeons and be fast.
They were in Dodongo's cavern on Compass Chest. And Iron Boots were on King Dodongo. And this is a stone DC. Deku Tree was also required for Magic, which is Path to Volvagia. Yeah, I think the reason he did that is because he's nervous. He was nervous about Cola, who's makes pretty unpredictable plays himself. Because sometimes, just like Cariosa, those plays pay off with them winning first place in a weekly, or in any race, or it leads to a forfeit and/or being pretty far behind. Not too far behind from, like, the people in first place.
Let's see if this is the hammer. It's probably the worst place for the hammer to be for Cola, and apparently it's nothing.
It is most likely just in Shadow Temple or on Lax.
I think this seed is just about whether or not Barrel will go child soon and collect both the rank and the strength while he's child. Otherwise, this is probably a huge advantage for Cola.
Yep. ZL's on Burning Cack. we found Nocturne on Prelude, and there's no other place that ZL could possibly be.
The only two other songs that we're missing are from Ice, which is Hinted Foolish, so it can't be ZL, and the other one is from Composer's Grave, which is ZL locked, so ZL is the only song that is accessible.
ZL locks both Serenade and Prelude. As actually, to which one it is, well, it's actually both.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
Now the question is, which one is it being locked? Because if it's Serenade, then that is more convenient for Cola.
Is that Kingdom Hearts music now in Spirit Temple for Barrel? I think that was the
I didn't get a
Kingdom Hearts
sample of it yet.
Fight theme from Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, Barrel's going child probably. Since well,
it is the fastest way.
He can't really reach Castle any faster than this. Yes.
Oh yes, more B channel. It's the kind of music you vibe to. But this race is starting to get closer and closer now. Though Water Temple is slightly faster given the key logic.
We're checking the boulder, which was nothing.
Yep.
It makes sense. You have to be thorough at this point. Okay, Cola is also dropping Epona near the Water Temple. Will this be a good location for the Epona drop to happen? Well, will he actually go to G2G to check for?
Oh,
if it's not, I don't think he's going to. I don't think we're going to see the Epona drop.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing a Hektite Grotto peak right here. Haven't seen that yet. And it's dead.
Yeah.
Good to know.
All we're really missing is hammer. That it can't really be anything.
Yeah, happy 2 hours.
Happy 2 hours, everyone. Okay, good enough. That was a bit of a troll location for the big boat to spawn.
Hookshot was in Domain on Torch Run, with the long shot being in Forest Temple entrance chest. So, yeah. Hookshot led to long shot. Classic, hookshot locked hookshot. Is one way of putting it.
One of my terrible habits is forgetting to collect the reward for the diving minigame in Zora's Domain. I do the minigame, I win, I fire, I light the torches, and then I leave without actually going to collect the reward. So this is not a seat for me.
And Rang is in vanilla, so Boomerang chest has the Rang. That's probably where Barrel is going to be going. Cola could just finish up killing Morpha and then get ZL.
That GameCube theme, whenever Barrel changes age, is brilliant. I love it. It's funny every time.
And another clean Morpha grab. Quick grab from Morpha. Well done.
Yeah, very clean. Both of our runners absolutely decimated Morpha. Barrel's about to get his boss key. Yeah, that's definitely Kingdom Hearts 2. I was watching the direct the other day, and when Kingdom Hearts showed up, everyone was, yes, win, great! And then they said cloud gaming, and everyone was saying, no, boo, lose. Which makes sense, I mean, cloud gaming is not quite there yet. That technology still needs some work.
The closest thing to that would be PlayStation Now or like Xbox. But that's because you could play them on PC.
Right. Even then, I like to own the games that I play, not just rent them.
Yes.
But
well, technically own a copy.
Over 2 hours in, we finally have Zelda's Lullaby.
And Cola's gonna go directly to get that Strength 2.
That's CL, that's Strength 2, all Cola's missing is the hammer. He has Spirit, Requiem of Spirit, he has Nocturne of Shadow. That's 2 full dungeons that he's going to complete, and one of which is probably going to give him the hammer. Barrel needs to say hi to Dampe very soon and go to Jabu if he wants a chance at winning this race.
Yep.
There might be some trolling with the hammer, but I'm not sure what that could look like. It's very, very likely that Cola has a big advantage going into the
Cola's
final
got quite a lead right now.
Yep.
But it's definitely magic locked. No doubt about it. I'm just re-seeing what we've already seen for Child Spirit on WoodenBarrel's side. Whereas Cola, we at least get to keep our eyes glued. It might be, but depending on where the lens is...
This fight is so much nicer with BGS.
Even with Master Sword, you can do it pretty cleanly if you do a spin attack. And there's the boss key pretty quickly.
BGS is just a single jump slash and a single spin slash. It's super fast. For most of the game, it doesn't really matter if you're using BGS or Master Sword. You save some time, but really, it doesn't make a big difference. Phantom Cannon requires fewer cycles, but it's also much harder to do tennis with BGS, in my opinion. But that's a fight where I really like to have BGS, if possible. But once again, Cola, very consistent, a very strong player, makes it look like it's super easy to just nail the timing on both spin attacks. Cutting it a bit close with the hover boots, going back to grab the statue again, but he didn't fall, so fair enough.
think he can still grab that Sun Song. Because it would at least be helpful for the one check he needs it for now. Well, 2 if you include Len's minigame.
That is true. He can use Samsung for Dump's minigame.
It looks like he's grabbing it right now. Because you don't really want to be at the mercy of the sun itself. You gotta control it.
Okay, Thanos.
And Cola doesn't really need it anymore.
And Barrel is heading to Kakariko. That's good. That's very good. He's getting the strength too. Will that make him go adult directly and finish?
Or at least do as much of Spirit. Yeah.
Probably. Barrel needs to ignore that strength, ignore the temptation, and just go to Jabu if he wants a realistic chance of actually winning this race. Otherwise, it might be too late by the time he finally goes back child. Because if he does go adult, he's probably also going to the back room of GTG, to the Silver's room. Yep. He's probably going to be going to a few out of the way places. He's already a bit behind, even if he does go to Jabu immediately, he's already quite a bit behind. So if he starts going to random checks that don't contain progression, he's just, it's gonna be insurmountable, the time difference between the two runners.
He can at least do most of the checks in spirits. He'll just have to orphan 4 of them at least.
True, but the problem is once he goes adult, he's less
he also
likely
has a
to
big key.
go Jabu.
Oh wait, don't. Yeah, he's got the big key from Child's side.
He's playing Minuet. This might be very good.
Yeah, it looks like it's a Jabu play. Ooh, and
okay,
Cola
we have
falling
a race.
through.
We have a race, people. There's still a lot of time to make up for Barrel, but this is his best chance.
Although Cola is pretty much a Shadow Temple ahead, as well as a Jabu.
Like I said, this is a lot of time that he has to make up, but he might be able to do so. If he didn't go to Jabu right now, he's just lost. Okay, he's getting some Garden City checks.
Yeah, but it's foolish.
Great.
He's not going to get anything out of this, sadly, because this is hinted foolish. Because the only hint that we found for that was right behind Fountain. Yeah.
Nintendo, I'm suddenly very disappointed with your direct presentation the other day. Where is Golden Sun 4? Come on, make it happen.
This is definitely just going to be giving more time back to Cola.
Yeah, it's not like Cola it needs even more time. Yeah, this is looking rough for Barrel. Although he's living back to the Lost Woods.
Yep.
So maybe that's the Jabu play finally. He's equipping the bottle.
Yep.
Okay, that
It's because he can't really check Dancing Dad, even though we know it's foolish. Well, I mean, Vanilla Rang isn't all that bad. Vanilla Hammer, on the other hand, is a trip. And so is Long Shot. Hover Boots for Vanilla is pretty good.
I've never actually had Vanilla Hammer in a set. Never. I've had Hammer in Fire Temple, never Vanilla. I think I've seen about everything else that you can think of. But Roundabout seems to have at least some mercy with me.
Well, if you don't come in with a hook shot, I would say Pierre. But if you do, and you have the Scarecrow song, then it would easily be Hammer.
Vanilla Hammer or Pierre Hammer? Probably Vanilla.
It's just that Shadow Temple is quite a huge a very long dungeon to go through, so by the time Wooden Barrel reaches Shadow Temple, Cola is gonna be probably finished with Spirit.
We have 0 keys right now, so even if Barrel does Spirit first and gets the hammer very soon, and he can go mode Shadow, which would be a way to make up some time. We have 0 keys right now, which means that we need another key, so we're not saving any time by go mode in Shadow. We have to keep checking until the very end of the dungeon.
ZL was indeed Burning Cack.
Yep. ZL was literally in the worst possible place. The manager always holds the key. Let's see if it's true.
Yes, Zelda 2 Palace music is always epic to listen to. It could be in GTG, but it could also be in, Well. I mean, it could also be in Zora's Fountain. It could also be...
Sorry, Bronze Noob. It seems that this reader called Karen spoke to the manager and got the key from him.
Exactly, Inko. It could be anywhere before Spirit. Demand to see the manager of this establishment. And there we go. Oh my goodness, I couldn't see that. That was a...
Okay.
Oh!
Well.
Double magic! Nice.
Magic, loud magic. So
indeed, quite a classic.
I respect the attempt, but that's no key.
Very deep shadow indeed.
Do you have a favorite strat for Bongo Bongo's timing for the crouch stabbing.
You basically have to press the B button at about 150 frames. 150 beats per minute when you're fighting him.
I prefer the visual cue. I look at the eye. It's probably better to have the consistent, like playing a song in your head or something. But yeah, that's the one that I learned. Very smooth fights against Bongo Bongo. And WoodenBarrel about to get some, I guess, good news. No, he doesn't like them. He doesn't like those news.
Taking his vengeance out on the chest, and rightfully so.
Barrel has no shield and 2 sticks, which means that he has to choose very carefully when he's going to use those sticks, because he can't store the crouch stab.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do jump slashes.
He's going to have to jump slash twice one of the barinate phases, because he's probably using one for the big octo.
Stand with chest.
I thought we were speaking about the chest like the manager wanted to had something to do with the contents. I think that's called backtracking, though. Anyway, Kola can full clear Spirit Temple, and we expect to see Hammer somewhere in here, with magic being path because of Desert Crossing, and second magic is magic locked, as we saw from the manager.
Yeah, magic is most likely in GTG, bottom of the well. Well, lens is likely in GTG or bottom of the well.
Probably.
There's the hammer! That's go mode for Kola.
Go mode with 1.5 dungeons ahead of Barrel. So yeah.
Especially Shadow Temple. And Shadow Temple, that's a long really dungeon.
Long. Shadow Temple that has a key all the way in the back. So a Shadow Temple that you can't even slightly go mode. There's nothing you can really skip other than the manager.
Being a full Shadow Temple ahead is no joke.
Yeah. With only Spirit and Fire left. Fire, which might be really long, but it's probably going to be... Well, I don't want to say anything, because Fire can still troll us. We might still have to get all the way to Hammer Chest to finish Fire, but Fire could be a very short dungeon, so this is a huge lead. This is Kola's race to definitely. So that's 1 stick left.
Yep. He can grab more nuts, though. But he's not going to be doing that, sadly.
I mean, 6 is plenty.
You can just see who Kola will probably be up against in the next match. Most likely be just waiting for his next opponent. So whoever loses between Goomba and Riley, the match itself is going to be taking place on Tuesday.
Those are 2 other really huge names.
They're basically they're the team
everyone who's still here is just a serious contender. There's no other way around it.
Yeah, I was about to say that both Goomba and Riley are on the same co-op team, the team II Alpha Gamers.
Yeah, Alpha Gamers. So
there's a lot of big chests in Spirit, so it's pretty loaded.
That's another trend that I've been noticing lately. As soon as we hit Go mode, we get like 15 big chests in the dungeons that we're clearing.
Yep. Ooh, that second stage, sadly, where Cola's getting... No, Barrel is getting bullied by Baronade.
Just hit the main body. The thing is die. Slash the main body. Come on. For those of you who don't know, the jellyfish thingies die. If every time you slash the main body of Baronade while it's stunned, one of the jellyfishes die.
Well, I could see why they don't do that sometimes. Just because if you're too close, then Phase 3 can get pretty messy. And now Barrel basically can only fight him with a sword. Oh, a hammer was on Compass Chest in Spirit Temple. Definitely magic locked, because Requiem was vanilla.
It always makes me nervous whenever I see Dean's Fire equipped in this room.
Yes, because you can soft locked here.
A press of the button and you lose some progress.
But as soon as Cola finds that big key that big key, it's pretty obvious where he's going to be heading. It's essentially AD. Because you have to go through Dodongo's Cavern to get not only your light arrows, but your iron boots.
And you definitely need the magic that you get from Deku Tree. So yeah, you have to visit every dungeon.
Except Ice Cavern.
Except Ice Cavern.
At least the save quits are fairly generous.
Yep. Particularly with Nocturne being as late into the seed as it was, having Kakariko spawn as adult is pretty nice. It's a relatively fast age change.
Mm-hmm.
And we had very few early warp songs, at least good warp songs for child. So starting spawning in Long Long Ranch is also a very convenient place. Hammer was the I think it's the
Yeah, we already answered that.
Chest.
It's Compass Chest, which
Yes,
requires ZL.
definitely does. Compass Chest, which requires CL, which requires Burning Cack, which requires Jabu, which requires getting the Vanilla Boomerang. That's a bit mean. That's a bit rude. Barrel getting his Nocturne.
Yep. And he's got for Din's Fire ready, so it's clear he's going to Shadow Temple.
Yep, he's getting Burning Cack first. Which he needs for Shadow Temple, so he's probably immediately going to play. Yep.
And down goes Twinrova.
Yep, that's 2 whole dungeons behind that Barrel is. And all we're missing is Fire Temple, so...
Cola's now both a Shadow and most spirited ahead.
Yeah, this seems like a done deal. Hey, Beryl can still get a good time. He still had a good showing for the race. He's probably going to complete the seat. He'll be in go mode by the time Cola finishes, so those 20 minutes of delay he'll probably spend actually finishing the race. Now all we need to know, all we have left to learn about this seed is where is the Fire Temple Bosky.
It could either be the nicest place or it could be an awful place.
I expect only one of those two extremes. I don't expect anything in between.
Well, it's certainly not here. And down goes Dead Hand.
Cola still doesn't have a tunic. So he's getting a fairy and some bombs. That timer is running low. You're gonna waste the fairy. Okay, maybe.
It'll reset the timer and get him out of the room a bit quicker.
Yep.
And he could still save the fairy.
That's... how many hearts does Cola have?
5.
5. Is that enough to do the big room? Depending on how much damage he takes crossing the lava and in these fights. In the bottom, in the
It should be enough.
hammerlocked area. It should be enough, but yeah, depending on, once again, the damage that he takes.
I just noticed Cola has the same inverted colors for hearts and magic as I do. Because it's like inverted from the hearts and the magic itself.
It looks cool. It reminds me of like the GameCube controls, the GameCube HUD, where the B button is red and the A button is green. It's kind of like a similar shuffle of the colors.
A little bit, though it's more just what I call inverted hearts and magic.
Yeah, that makes sense. It does look nice.
Very nice indeed.
So far, nothing in terms of bosky location. Which means I expect at least the second floor of the maze to have the bosky. If it's not the nicest place, it has to be a menace.
Yep. Deeper we go. That's not it.
Well, okay. I don't think he should. I think equipping hover boots there was a mistake, but maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Does he have enough time to make it to the door? It's gonna be really close if he does not. That's the fairy gone.
That's okay, he can grab another one back there.
Definitely so. It's not a big deal, but yeah. 5 hearts is cutting it to be close most of the time. Particularly since when you don't have the tunic, you take close to a heart of damage going through.
Looks like Cola cut out for a bit, sadly.
Yeah, it seems that there's some issues with the stream. In the meantime, Barrel is... Does Barrel have... Well, I don't think this was...
Oh, it's back on! Good thing we didn't miss much. We were just missing a key. That we just saw. Gotta get past that annoying boulder. And see if the other room has it. That does not seem to be. Yeah, the stream cut out in between those two.
Coda's still opening chests, so he hasn't found the key. That's really the info that we're looking for.
Oh, that's a small key here.
Definitely key locked, bow locked, but that's not an issue at this point. We're in go mode. Like I said, at the very least, second floor of the maze.
The upper maze. I'm pretty sure Cola got a peek of that earlier.
Right now there's only... well, we didn't see the shortcut. Oh, and Cole was thinking of skipping the chest and the Bollock chest, the map chest. So yeah, it's probably here, which we didn't get to see because of the stream freezing.
There it is.
There it is. We just missed it. If Cola's stream froze like 2 seconds later, we could have seen the boss key in the shortcut.
Yep.
He was just about to open the door when the stream froze.
It's a little deep, but not like too deep, like Hammer Chest or Highest Goron deep.
It's deeper fire. It's not deepest fire.
Oof. And
Now, that fairy doesn't want to come with you, Link. Just accept it. It's not gonna happen.
indeed.
Dance Master Fairy.
Fairies are indeed trolls. I bet if you gave them a closer inspection and saw what their faces looked like, they'd have the troll face. Or they'd have Pepe laugh.
I'm not sure I want that image in my brain, but now it is there. So. Thanks. So Cole's going to die right now. It's gonna be just a second. No big deal. Everyone, keep your Fs. Hold your Fs. It's not a big deal. Fine.
Exactly, Alex. I understand.
It's fine.
I understand. Why is it wrong when Bowser does it, but when Link does it, it's perfectly okay? Double standards in society.
That fairy in Wind Waker looks terrified of being captured in a bottle. That one is definitely unnerving.
And you
She
actually
really
have
seems
to.
like she wants to get out.
And you actually have to pay when you destroy pots in Wind Waker as well. And down goes the fire noodle. She is just a head now.
Same as Cola. Cola is just ahead by like a couple of temples.
Yes.
And that's all dungeons completed for Cola. It wasn't necessary to complete all dungeons, but it might as well be.
It's
just
basically AD.
It's all about Ganondorf. Well, Salt and Pepper, then Ganondorf,
You're missing the dinosaurs and the skeletons, too.
the pig.
Yes. Yes, drink their remains.
That's kind of metal, but kind of ruthless.
Putting fairies in milk. Well, to be fair, fairies in a lot of myths and legends, they're basically just, mischievous little imps anyways. And not the way they're portrayed in a lot of media, like in Disney movies.
I mean, we have Navi here. We also have Tuttle and what are the other fairies called from Majora's Mask? I don't remember the name.
There's Tattle and Tail.
Tuttle and Tail, of course.
Though Navi is annoying because she keeps holding your hand, telling you exactly where to go. Whereas Tattle, she's a bit sassier, thankfully. She doesn't tell you where to go exactly all the time. She just does it once and that's it. At least once per dungeon.
At least Navi often asks for permission to speak to you. She says, "Hey, listen!" And you listen only if you want to. I agree with Alexander that Gaibora is worse.
Yes, the owl is worse.
He has something to say, he's gonna say it, goddammit. Kids these days don't like to listen to their elders. I'm gonna make him listen.
Though none of them compare to Midna, who is the best companion Link has ever had. So I'm just gonna type this in chat just to show my appreciation towards her.
Or Vi, who is the worst companion Link's ever had.
Yes.
Who's technically still his companion in this game.
Yes.
Living inside the Master Sword, so.
But she's
At least in this game,
permanently
she doesn't
asleep.
pop up. At least in this game, she doesn't pop up to tell you your batteries are low.
But she's permanently asleep. And this is an interesting play that Barrel is making.
Very nice salt and pepper fight.
Your Wiimote only has 10% battery left. Oh, that's Prelude, which means it's vanilla for Serenade. Rush Ice wasn't the play today. Unless you want to get to Water Temple faster, but honestly, You basically get your big key and get out. That's all there is to it.
Where's Barrel going?
It looks like he's going to the well. Or doing child checks. This is not good for him at all.
I mean, it's already too late, but this is an interesting.
He didn't know that.
Is he getting the?
Yeah, it's the last two checks in well. Dead Hand.
Okay.
And Steve. Hammer chest is on Spirit Compass chest. So, Barrel is basically just given Cola the victory. Given where Cola is right now. But it could very well be where that lens is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a very, very clean one cycle on Ganondorf.
Another boss fight that looks a lot easier than it actually is. That timing is tight. Very tight.
Indeed. Well, I think the problem here is that Barrel was metagaming. And that's effectively what's cost him the race. Whereas,
he was probably feeling behind and wanted to make a play or something.
Mm-hmm. I'd imagine that Lens of Truth is probably vanilla or French vanilla.
That makes sense.
Although, Desert Crossing was required. Because...
I mean, Lens has to be available somewhere before we can do Spirit, yes.
Yes. That leads us plenty of checks, like Zora's Fountain, there's Bottom of the Well, there's some fairies... all the fairies except... All the fairies except for, yeah, all the fairies except for, Desert Colossus and OGC, because OGC was hinted dead.
And Hyru's Castle, which was also hinted dead. So really just the Goron, the Death Mountain fairies. And the Zora Fountain fairy.
And get your GGs in check for Cola.
And that's time.
Ooh, there's a big chest. That's probably vanilla then. And there it is.
That's of truth.
Yeah, Cola finishing. Whereas WoodenBarrel is forfeit. Finding the Lens of Truth right there. It feels really bad.
Logic is finally complete. The seed makes sense now.
Oh, GG's, Cola.
GG's.
What a seed.
That was a seed for sure.
Do you have anything to say about the start of the seed? That was a very interesting strategy that both of you guys had.
I don't know what you're talking about. I always do this, right?
Okay.
No,
that's how you're gonna play it. Okay, fair enough.
It was colluded, of course. we talked about doing that at the start.
I was a bit confused when both of you started going very well out of your way to become adults and then change time for no reason. Without checking any hints, checking the pedestal. It was weird.
It was the plan to get commentators confused. That's for sure.
And it worked. It definitely did.
Well, it certainly did work.
Anyway, how did you enjoy the seed?
The seed was awful. Not gonna lie. Like, this felt like a plan though in some fashions. Like, you need to beat Water Temple to get Burning Keg, to get ZL, and the Boomerang is vanilla in Jabu. Like, goddamn.
Yep.
That
It
is
turns
pretty
out
good.
even the lens was vanilla.
Oh,
Yes.
that was also vanilla, okay.
Yes.
Well, I was gonna go to bottom of the world rather soon anyways, if Hammer didn't show up in spirit, because, like, there was a path to Volvaja, and it was bottom of the world, right?
Yep. Turns out
So,
it was just for the lens.
It was mostly for the magic, to be honest,
yeah,
because you
the
needed
magic,
magic
for sure.
cross.
Yep.
I mean, it,
So
it,
it
it
either had to be magic locked, or it had to be in bottom of the well. There was one more check that it could have been, which is actually the lens minigame, and in that case, I would have actually just forced it. If I
That's
didn't
fair.
find the lens.
I mean, you needed to logically cross the desert, so the lens had to be somewhere. It
Yeah.
couldn't be way too out of the way.
Yeah, but do you really search every check to find the
Yeah,
lens
yeah, of course.
before
No.
forcing it?
Of course
If you know
not.
that Hammer has to be on the lens game.
I mean, when the alternative is doing 1 in 32, maybe you do.
I don't know, it's close to be honest.
Maybe.
Other way, I would have found the lens in bottom of the well apparently, because it was right there.
Yeah, vanilla. So, what do you think of the season 5 settings? Do you like the path hints? Do you like the chest size matches content?
Yeah, I like both those settings for sure. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have chosen to put them in, right? Yeah.
Indeed.
Makes sense. Is there something that you're looking forward to for season 6 in terms of settings, new features of the randomizer, something like that?
I don't know, maybe by then we get the dungeon shortcuts in the main branch. That would be kind of cool.
I would love that too.
I still need to look into it. I still don't know exactly what that entails.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually did a seed of that during one of the Freaky Fridays. So basically, DC has the mouth open, so you could just enter in straight with just strength or bomb shoes.
That kind of stuff. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And the forest elevators are up and stuff like that.
Yeah, the pillar in Fire Temple is down, probably.
Yep.
Other than
Okay,
that,
that makes
I would also kind of look forward to maybe starting with the major item or something. That would also be cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I was really hoping when the early on Frogs 2 was hinted to be a bomb bag, I was hoping we'd get a Frogs 2 seed. This seed was still very messy. Not Frogs 2 messy, but very messy either way. But sadly, Frogs 2, very early on, we figured that it just logically couldn't be the first
Yeah,
logical bomb bag.
it just couldn't be because DC is required for it, right? You need to beat DC to get the Sun Song, so yeah.
Right.
It's not gonna be the first one back.
I just gave up all hope once we got the Samsung
Yeah.
hint. Well, anyway, congratulations. Anything that you'd like to say? Chat, are there any questions that you want us to ask?
Oh, I'm looking forward to playing round 4. It's, I think, against the loser of Goomba versus Riley, so that's gonna be an exciting matchup.
Yep.
When's that gonna
I'm
happen?
sorry. I hate to announce, but both Goomba and Riley have been DQ'd for being weebs. You automatically move on. Congratulations.
But I'm a weeb as well, so what
Oh,
the fuck?
shit.
Oh, damn.
Well, just blow up the whole bracket then. It's fine.
Okay.
GG Cola, well done. Also a shout out, big GG to Barrel. excellent run through the tournament.
Yeah, that was great gameplay. I mean, Barrel basically, that boomerang really cost him a lot of time because he didn't think to check it. He didn't want to check it for good reason for a long time, and that made him get farther and farther behind.
It makes sense. He said he didn't have Pharaoh's Wind at the time available, and that definitely pushes him away from dipping into Jabu. I think if I don't have Pharaoh's Wind at the time, I don't go in there either.
It probably would have been a very close race if you didn't dip Jabu so early.
No, of course, because, like, you're gonna lose occasion that check.
Well, anyways, congratulations.
Thank you.
Please
Best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
Please give both of our runners a follow if you aren't already, Cola and WoodenBarrel. Give our trackers behind the scene doing the heroes' work, Waylon and McHundy. Thank you to both of you, as well as our two commentators today. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Lee Harold and Ponsari. I'm not trying to pronounce the rest of it.
That was good. That was good.
No, I'm giving shit to Lee for the long name. No, thank you, both of you. We're going to go ahead and raid over to What the Hell and Narcotics over on the main channel. In the midst of their race, please try and avoid spoilers if possible from this one. I'm sure some people want to watch this one back later. I guess I can go ahead and pay out the prediction at this point. Any final thoughts before we head on out for the day?
I still want a Fox 2 seat. That's all I can say. It's gonna happen.
So when is gonna happen?
I have no idea, but it's gonna happen. It has to.
Maybe when Alex and I commentate.
The law of large numbers says eventually one seed has to. But who knows?
Hopefully within this tournament. But yeah.
Until next time, everyone stay safe out there. Thank you all for joining us. Go enjoy the match in progress. We will see y'all back here soon. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.